Let's return now to that One News Colmar Brunton poll released tonight. Whilst it was all bad for National, it's a different story for ACT. The leader of ACT, David Seymour, is on the line now. David, you must be pretty rapt with that.
Oh, good evening, Lisa. Look, it's nice. It's been a long, hard slog with ACT just getting off the floor of sort of sub 1%, and now you're seeing a proposition of multiple ACT MPs returning to Parliament. It's a very long way to go. But yeah, we're a little bit pleased with it.
So 2% in the Colmar Brunton, and I think it was 1.8% in the Reid Research, which would get you one other friend in the Reid Research and two with the Colmar Brunton. Are you benefiting from some of the fallout from National?
Look, I think National is clearly losing vote in all directions, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of that had come to us. But there'll also be people who voted for New Zealand First last time, thinking that Winston would back them up and, keep the buggers honest, as Winston likes to say. And he really hasn't done that. So I suspect we're draining a bit of support away from New Zealand First. And there's even people, former Green voters, say that because we stood up for civil liberties and freedom of speech, they suddenly find ACT attractive, to the surprise of me and them. But there you go.
Who would you be bringing in with you on these numbers?
Well, the party's still got to decide its list, but we've had a pretty good deputy leader who's stuck it out through some tough times. And Beth Holbrook, she's an award-winning businesswoman, a former farmer, mother of two, and a successful politician at the local level up there in Rodney. So, look, she'd be a good example of someone who I think would make a good MP on her first day. And I think there'll be a bit of competition in the party as people see the opportunity to go and represent ACT values. There may be a few more lining up.
What if there's not an accommodation or an arrangement or in Epsom?
Well, that's an interesting question, and we've taken some time to really poll in detail how Epsom people think. And so, first of all, the last time we polled, they said David Seymour's ahead. The second thing they said is the reason why that is that we think he's a good local MP, and/or regardless of what anyone else says, we get it. As Epsom voters, we have in the past chosen the government by voting strategically, and so long as we think David Seymour is a decent local MP, and even my opponents tend to concede that, then we're going to take advantage of the strategy again.
Would it help you if there was a different leader in the National Party?
Look, I don't often agree with Jacinda Ardern, but I think she's got at least one thing right, and that is it doesn't help for one party leader to comment on other parties' internal issues. The Nats have clearly got a little bit of ruction that they need to digest over the next 24 hours or so, and ultimately ACT and National need each other if they wish to govern and advance their ideas for New Zealanders. So I just wish them the best and hope that they can get through and start messaging to New Zealand, because together our two parties need to give an alternative to what we have right now.
Thanks for joining us. That is the ACT leader, David Seymour.